Spencer, it finished in an entertaining 2-2 draw at home to Bath City this afternoon. Did you think a draw was a fair result?
Football drives you mad, doesn't it? Do I think it's a fair result? I think we're disappointed we haven't won the game, which is slightly strange considering they've had a free gift of a penalty by all accounts to potentially have won it. I thought we edged the game. We certainly edged vastly more half chances. Very disappointed with their goals. We kept telling them, lads, before the game, you've got to stop crosses against Bath, and we did that very well for most of the point. But they're a good side. You can see that they're on such a good run. They're right at the top of the table, and we've had this 2-week wobble, and we got ourselves ahead twice. So of course you're a bit disappointed we haven't won the game. I think it would have been a scandal if we hadn't we hadn't taken anything from the game. But it was a good game for the neutrals. The referee was interesting, which I'm sure we'll come on to. And vast improvement from Tuesday. With everything that we had going against us today, with the suspensions and injuries, we had to put a lot of square pegs in round holes. I changed the system today. Lots of umming and ahhing with my management team before, because I was concerned that their left side comes forward very, very quickly, and they play a 4-4-2. So I made a change to go 3-4-3. First time we've done that in a long time. And I thought generally it went very, very well. So I'm pleased with the reaction. I'm pleased with the point. Performance was vastly better. Don't get me wrong. I thought Worthing were outstanding, as I said the other night, second half. And Bath are a very good side. And I said, I'm actually slightly disappointed we haven't won the game. But when you're conceding a penalty in the 82nd minute, having led twice, and when things are going against you, and as I said, injuries, suspensions, you're thinking, here we go again. But a well-earned point against a very good side.
And great to see a counter-attack come good in the first half. Well taken goal by Connor Cullen.
Yeah, and Jack Turner, great delivery. And as I said, I think we'd already had 4 or 5 half chances. I'm disappointed with their goal, as much as it's an amazing cross. Great finish by the lad. It's the second time they've been in our box in the game, and I think it's 35th minute. So very disappointed, because I said they had a bit of the ball, but I thought we'd created 4 or 5 half chances, hadn't hit the target, which was the disappointing. Had a great chance with Connor from their mistake when he tries to lob the keeper. But as I said, it was a scruffy game from that perspective. But we've had this wobble, and I thought it was a great recovery from the system. As I said, I've got to give credit to young Perez. Played on the left to deal with their danger man, and I thought for 95% of it he was fabulous. He's never played there before. We didn't just want to play with wing backs that turned into full backs. We wanted to stop them attacking from the back, which they do so well, and I said they're in great form. So Salim again defending. I said Bath are near the top of the table for a reason, but I said I think if anyone's disappointed they haven't won it, it's us, because I said that penalty's a scandal.
And how disappointed were you with obviously they put a lot of crosses into the box and they got some joy from it?
Look, I said we've got to stop crosses, and we did stop an awful lot of crosses. But unfortunately, at this level, the ones you don't stop are trouble. And the 2 goals and the penalty, which is ridiculous, certainly at first view, have all come from crosses. But they are relentless the way they do it. And you try as you hard, and we put in a hell of a shift today. The front 3 put a hell of a shift in, and sadly we lost Connor Hall at half time. He got a whack on the ankle, so we had to change it again. And as I said, the penalty, it's all I can tell you, obviously I've only seen it once, is the assessors told me it's not a penalty. The Bath media people, credit to them, said it's not. They thought it was getting a yellow card. But this is the problem with this referee. He's got track record now when you Google him, which is bad for him. And he's a young guy, and I think he just needs to calm down a bit. Some of the fouls we didn't get were outrageous. Ricky got absolutely smashed just before the penalty award, and it's an easy foul, and he's giving nothing. So he made it interesting for both sides. But there we go. Fantastic Jack Turner. Said Jack's made 1 save in the game. It's a penalty, but he's also had an assist, and that's probably why he got man of the match. And all credit to him for that. But I think everyone put in a hell of a shift today. And as I said, it was a good reaction to a change of system. And as I said, if you think we had Jordan Norville-Williams suspended, even though Ollie Robinson was on the bench, he wasn't fit at all. Jack Bull's still not making it. So we're struggling with numbers today. And before the game, would you have taken a point against high-flying Bath? Possibly, but to come away a bit disappointed, but certainly put a good show on for our fans. I thought were magnificent, and we move on to 3 away games.
Yep, and thankfully we take a break from 2 games a week now, no midweek game until the end of January. How do you prepare for the trip to Averley on Saturday?
Well, we desperately need time. We've got more suspensions next week. She's very disappointing. Jordan Norville-Williams was such a miss today because of the quality of wingers that they have. And looking back, I mean, that is an absolutely scandalous red card at Slough, the second booking. I mean, it's a foul on him. It's just horrific. So when things aren't going for you, they're not going for you. And, you know, Averley are second in the league, and, you know, a really old 3G that's struggling by all accounts. I think they're looking to tear it up. And all credit to them. They had a couple of promotions, really strong side. But I think today has given us that confidence again. You know, we don't suddenly become a bad team. We've lost one game at home in the league all season, and we are where we are in the league. And I'm really pleased with the reaction. I said the change of shape made, and the performance by the lads, I said, against a side that's really, really strong. And we could have easily buckled, and we didn't today. And that was a real credit. We started the second half. We learnt from Tuesday. We started really fast. We nearly scored in the first, I think, minute of the second half, and then got the penalty. And yeah, I think it's a great reaction, and it's, you know, we're really pleased everyone's staying together, and it's a lesson moving forward. But yeah, a really tough set of 3 away games now to go to Averley on a difficult 4G in Essex, followed by Taunton away, a very long trip, and they've had a great result today, and their land of the Giants, and followed up by Slough away, and we already know all about them, and they've had a fantastic result. But look, we're slap bang in the middle of the table, with everything that had gone against us before today, starting today, and a little blip. That's a decent performance. In fact, it was a really decent performance, and at least the bare minimum we deserved. And we'll now work hard in training, try and get people fit as we can. And it's a good thing we're back to 1 game a week until we get to the new year.
And just finally, can you talk about Jack's penalty save? We've had some penalty joy here at both ends today.
Yeah, I mean, please, at last, someone. I mean, I made the choice on set pieces today, and gave Cooley the penalties. I said, and he's just gone up and whacked it, hasn't he? And quite frankly, I think most keepers will get out of the way. So, but then he can also place them in the corners. So yeah, look, it has been the bone of our last 18 months. Delighted it's gone in, and as I said, overall, I'm coming away with, you know, really proud of everyone involved in the dressing room. It's a good reply, because we were really blown away second half against a very good Worthing side. So I don't want people hitting the panic buttons. We're a really good group. We worked really hard in preparation for today against a side that's been flying. I mean, they last away, 1-5-1 at Weymouth, I think, the last away game, and they're flying at the moment. Really, really strong side. And as I said, they've hardly had anything but 3 chances in the game, and they've scored 2 of them. We've been the better side, but they're a quality side. So we'll look back at it as a positive point, and now prepare. We'll be looking forward to these away games now. You know, we're going to get off. We'll get going on there. We said our away form has not been bad, with a lot of draws, a lot of tight defeats, and now we've got to try and turn those into the other direction. So a positive end to the month, and let's try and push on as we get towards Christmas.
Fantastic. Thanks, Spencer, and good luck for next week.
Thanks very much, Dom.